So we now have seen that whenever a user reports a problem in the problem database, or a developer for that matter, or anyone, eventually a developer or a team of developers will take a look at the problem and make an appropriate fix to the program. Such fixes are also stored in a database, namely a version database where all changes are stored. Such a version database is also called a change database, a repository, or a configuration management system, a version control system. Pick your choice. There's plenty of version control systems around these days which help storing these changes and the resulting versions. Since using a version database is the first thing to use in any kind of civilized software development, I will simply assume that you use such a thing on a daily basis anyway. An interesting thing happens, however, when you link the information from the problem database to the information from the version database. Let's assume the problem database has a problem report number 347, where it says remove HTML markup fails. And let's assume the version database has recorded a change to a function named remove HTML markup in precisely this location, with a comment that this now closes problem report number 347, which is a change which may well have been made after the problem was initially submitted. We can now go and relate the change to the actual problem report, because the change message has the actual number of the problem report in here, and we can use that to retrieve the precise problem report. Since we also know where the change has been applied, namely in this part of the file, we now have a link from the problem database to a specific place in the code. This allows us, for every piece of code, to identify the problems that were associated with it. What we do is we take the piece of code, look at all the changes that were made, and look at the problems that these changes refer to. We can then, for instance, find that remove HTML markup over the history of this very course has had 3 fixes until it finally worked. 3 fixes until a function actually works is pretty bad. We should really worry about the quality of our coding.